Hi guys, welcome back to Catch Up Canes, another really fun summer edition. It's your host, Sophia Metzner, and today we have some very special guests joining us today. So, we are here with the band Black Cashmere, and it's with university student Devon Sellers and her bandmate Harry Well, and they're going to answer some really cool questions that I had for them about what's the band like and everything like that. So, to start off, can you guys both introduce yourselves and share a little about how you met and formed Black Cashmere?
Well, hi y'all. I'm Devon. And this is Harry. And
Hello.
we have known each other since birth. We're family friends, and we formed Black Cashmere because he was a producer and I was a singer in high school, and he was showing me and our family all this really cool stuff he was doing. And my parents were like, "This is amazing. Like, you need to work with him." And I was like, "Oh, like, stop playing. Like, what are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, he's so good." And then we were looking at our stuff earlier. We've grown so much,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
but like uh and then his mom said to us, like, "Oh, why don't you guys work together?" And he was like, "Yeah, like we need to work together." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And so we started writing music together, and that was, I think, 4-ish years ago. So,
Yes.
do you have anything to add to our
Yes, yeah. Okay. So
our,
so
our start?
my music, I don't know what I'm so glad we ended up working together, but like going back, I listened to it. It is so bad. Like it is really horrible.
My stuff's
Um,
bad too.
I
Oh,
felt like you guys seen that video of Ed Sheeran. He was like, I was so trash at singing. He plays it. Like that's how I felt, but like times 10. I was like, the music was just really bad. But I think it was great because the stuff I was doing before was I didn't have any vocalists. I'd never like worked with a vocalist. So I started working with Devon, and we didn't have a mic, so we would record in my like bedroom closet, like around all these clothes and like on an iPhone, and it sounded like so bad. But and so we started doing that like 4 years ago, and then there was like a 2 year period where we just stopped working, and then randomly like I saw her again at like a dinner, and both of our families were like, "You guys got to keep making music," and so then we started doing that, and we got started working again like probably a year and a half ago or something like that, like really serious working on it, or like a year. Um, and yeah, I love working with Devin. It's so easy. I've worked with other like artists, and um, I don't know. I feel like in any creative lane that you're in, there's people who you work with that are like work with well, and there's people who it just doesn't mesh well. Like you could both be so talented, but it just doesn't work. Like your creative vocabulary isn't the same, and I feel like Devin and I understand each other creatively, and since we've known each other for so long, we don't like we're so honest with each other, and we can like kind of just like there's no pressure, and I think that's kind of why we work so well together. Yeah.
Oh, that was so well said. Yeah, I fully agree.
Well, it's great to hear that you guys actually, your family actually pushed you to do something good. Because I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh, my dad made me do it, my mom. But it seems to be that they led you in a good direction. It's awesome to hear you guys are working so well together. Just out of curiosity, where does the name Black Cashmere come from? And kind of like, what does it mean to you guys?
Okay, so we had all these band names, and they were so bad, like really not good band names,
Oh,
and
no.
I was in my apartment with my when I was with my ex-girlfriend, and she was saying something about because we are trying to figure out like what our music sounds like, and to me it was like velvet, like, and we wanted something with like blue, like we wanted to be
Yeah,
like
we
blue
almost said
hours,
good stuff.
or like blue hour, but there's a lot of people like that, and I felt like our music was blue, but like Blue Velvet, David Lynch movie, I didn't really want to be like Blue Velvet, and like Velvet just didn't really work with a lot of things, and so my ex-girlfriend Sadie, who shot the music video, she was like, and did the album cover, but she was like,
Very
what
talented.
about Cashmere? Yeah, she's so talented. And then I was like, Black Cashmere. And I was like, this is kind of good. And we liked it at the beginning, but we were kind of just like, fine, this band name is like, we're just gonna do it. Because our music felt like Cashmere. And like
Yes.
it's so like to us, it feels like rich, soft. I also just love cashmere. Like I'm wearing black cashmere right
Black
now. So but
Cashmere.
I don't
Revenue.
know. Yeah. That's kind of that's where it comes from.
I You know what sold me on the name? Well, he texted it to me after we were coming up with the worst names for bands ever.
So bad.
And he was like, "What about Black Cashmere?" And I read it and I was like, "Huh." And then I was with my grandma who just recently passed, RIP, love you. But I read it to her and she was like, "I love it." And I was like, "My grandma loves it. Done." So like my grandma was the one that I was like, "All right, my grandma loves it. I think it's awesome. I feel like it fits our vibe, our music. Perfect."
I love
Grandma.
that. And I love that you can obviously keep going in her memory, like holding that so special with everything you guys are doing. And you mentioned like the cover, it's so beautifully cinematic. Can you kind of tell me like the creative vision behind like the In My Head music video and what made you film it in the Malibu mountains?
Yeah, I can so what it was the okay, so the vibe for the music video is like we talked, there's a lot like the lost my heart when you took me for a ride. So it was like we know we're doing something with driving. We don't want to take everything like super literally, but we want the vibe to be like vintage, kind of like old California. And so the journey to get that car in the music video was so just like ridiculous. I called so many dealerships and I was 21 at the time. Or wait, no, I no, yeah, I was only 21. Um and like you have to be 25 for most of these places or you have to have like car insurance. I didn't have car insurance at the time because I didn't have my own car. So I like went through all these places and then finally I was like, okay, I found this one place and I found this super cool looking Buick. Um, and I was like, okay. And so I bought like this sketchy, like 1 day car insurance. And we got the car, and the pictures look great. We got there. It was so like, you don't understand. It's like so rickety. It's this massive car. And um, you have to have the top down the entire time you're driving because the back like window is like wax and it had melted, so you can't see through like the rear view. And so we're driving on the PCH, and it's like such a gas guzzler that it's just like going straight into the car. I'm just inhaling all of this gas the whole time. And then like on the mountains, you have to be so careful because it's like a boat. It moves like a boat. And the steering wheel's so old. I don't know what's wrong with there's so many things wrong with the car, but you have to micro adjust the entire time you're driving because if you just hold the steering wheel, it would drift. Anyway, then we went in the mountains and we were just like shooting and Sadie has this medium format camera, it's a Mamiya RZ67 and um it looked so good. Like it's very clear. Like the image is so pure, but it's still like film. So it's very rich. So we took that picture just like kind of like messing around. There wasn't like a
Middle
whole
of our
vision.
shoot too.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
middle
we
of the shoot.
yeah, and then we shot it on Super 8 because we I wanted to do 16, but it's a little more expensive, and the camera is kind of it's called the one that we had would have had is a Bolex, and there's so many things like it kind of hard. But we shot it on Super 8, and I think the vision was just like what like old California, old LA, right?
Yeah, 100%. It was exactly, which is the awesome ostrich coat, fur coat. Oh, it was amazing. And the whole ride, the whole drive everywhere, it was perfect. I felt like it encapsulated luxury, black cashmere, and the vibe of the song being with the old vintage car, even though the car was like the most chaotic thing ever. But it was so fun. Like we had, I think, the best day and we got Thai food afterward and it was just wonderful. Love it.
Amazing. I mean, you guys clearly have like such a strong aesthetic and it's going great. And I even noticed that like on your Instagram, you guys kind of do like the visual storytelling. It seems like as a band, you guys really take a lot of time to do that stuff.
That's Devon.
Oh,
Devon
thank
is so good at the social media. I don't have
We're
Instagram.
working on it.
We're
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 working
we're like yeah, I'm like a grandpa when it comes to social media because I don't have Instagram. So
on
like she knows how to do all this stuff. I'm
We're
gonna
learning.
have this I'm working. I'm gonna start working more on
Work
it.
in progress. Oh, we
But
we
she's
have more
great at it.
content coming. I mean,
Yeah.
I like for me, for my personal Instagram, I don't really post anymore. So it's mostly like high school me, which is like years, centuries ago. And so all of a sudden I'm like, okay, locked in, gonna post all the time for Black Cashmere. And I'm like, wow. Low-key, props to all those influencers because what the amount of time and effort it takes to post and find visual content, props.
Agreed.
But I'm learning, so there'll be more good stuff coming.
Yeah, I have to say you're doing great and it looks amazing. But for everyone out there listening, make sure to check out the Instagram and check out all those photos and
At
stuff like
Black
that.
Cashmere Band. Sorry,
Black
I did
Cashmere
not mean
Band.
to interrupt
No,
you, but
no,
at
no.
Black Cashmere Band.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I'm wondering, what was the creative process like when you were writing and producing the EP together?
Well, funny enough, the In My Head song, we wrote it 4 years ago, and it was the third song we ever wrote together. The rest of the EP is a mix between like old songs that we brought back to life and then new songs that we thought would make a perfect addition to it. I think our process really differs from song to song, honestly. Uh, but a lot of it, at least in this EP, started from Harry having an instrumental idea and like a vibe that he wanted and something that he wanted to say in some of the songs. And then we started from that. Or like he would have an instrumental and then I'd come up with like lyrics and melody for it, and it intertwines, it changes every single song. But in my head, we actually wrote together throughout the entire thing, which I thought is really cool for our first
Yeah.
single.
It was like, so in my head was, yeah, like she said, the third song, and I made this a lot. I made this instrumental, and I was like, this is so, like I love this. Like it's what I want my music to sound like. And so then Devon came over, and I had the whole like start like the that first line, like the like for the chorus, the lost my heart when you took me for a ride, push, or what is it, lost my heart when you took me for a ride, push me to start, you made me feel right, whatever. Anyway, I had that idea, and I was like, okay, now get Devon in here, we're gonna come up with it. And then we recorded on an iPhone. Those vocals are microphone vocals, but like going back and
First
listening
time,
to
the
it,
first time.
yeah, going back and listening to like the original one is so interesting because it sounds like does it was the idea was there, but like the way I had programmed the drums in the first part, um and like it was stiff, it was kind of it was wasn't fully realized. And then we were working on these new songs for the EP, and I was like, wait, in my head is really good, but it could be so much better. So then I went back and I like kind of revamped it, and then we re-recorded vocals for it. But like she said, like it is different from song to song. Um, but usually it does start with like I'll come up with like an instrumental idea, and I'm like, okay, this is really cool. And then she'll come in and we'll write together, or she'll write lyrics for it. Like our second single, Deeply Chopped, she wrote the verses, both the verses, and then we wrote like the bridge part together. But yeah, I don't know. Devon, one thing that I love working with Devon is her like ability to write harmony is so I like I'll be like write a harmony, and then she'll write like the coolest harmony. And I just love that. Like it's really nice to work with her because I don't really have to do too much work because she's very talented.
I have to say, on the side of like the singer and lyric writer, on I okay. I kid you not, my production skills are zero. Like, and it's insane to me how talented Harry is and what he brings to the table. He has a completely different perspective than me and completely different skill sets than I do. And it's like I can't do what he does. And obviously, like
I definitely can't do what you do.
right? We balance each other really well. And I have to say, I'm so grateful to be working with someone where I respect their vision and their talent and their art, and it helps bring my art to life. Like I couldn't do it without him. You know, like
And I couldn't do without her.
it's so I think it's a great pair. I love writing with him. And I have to say, like, I've collaborated with a lot of people, like going to University of Miami. Um, being in Frost, I've collaborated with tons of people and so many people work differently, and it's so interesting to see. And I've loved everyone I've worked with, but I do see how I work differently with certain people, and the way that I work with Harry is just absolutely flawless, and I'm so grateful for it.
Sounds like you guys are really just lifting up each other in the perfect match
Let's
then.
go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome you guys are working so well together. You put it perfectly for my next question. I was going to ask, like, Devon specifically as a student at the University of Miami, how have you been influenced going here on your musical journey? And also, Harry, how have you kind of got inspiration from other people in your life that has like led you to, making all of this that you guys are working so hard towards?
I know for me, um, like inspiration wise, like I listen to so much music. Like I love music, and I send Devon songs like all the time. Like you should see our texts. I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll text her. No, I'll literally be like, I'll text her, and then I'll be like, listen to this song right now, and then she won't respond for like 5 minutes, and I call her. I was like, listen to this song and call me back because it's so good. You have to listen to it, and so definitely get inspiration from there. But then actually, like, what was it, 2 years ago or something? I scored this whole mini series. It's unreleased, but like I'd never scored anything before, and I started doing that, and that was really fun. I mean, it was really hard, but it was like, uh, it definitely gave me like a new perspective on music and how I create music because I've always loved like very cinematic, very I want my songs to be an experience, like the instrumental to be an experience in the way that you listen to it. Like I want it to take you somewhere. And so then doing that and like doing it with images has been fun. And then I've scored like three short films after that. But I don't know. I think inspiration wise at what I'm listening to, what people show me, um, what Devon likes, what my sister has really good music taste. So she shows me a lot of stuff too, and um, I guess I just get inspiration from everything. You'll hear the other songs on our album don't like. We have two house songs on our album, so
Yeah.
it's like it's a little different. Yeah, yeah.
Um, the question you asked about University of Miami and how it's influenced me in my music. Is
Hmm.
that the question? Okay. I feel like I've been singing ever since I was a little girl, and oh my God, I've been singing since yeah. But but and I came to University of Miami with these huge hopes and dreams, and I hadn't really seen people fulfill these hopes and dreams other than like far away, or my dad or my mom. My parents are one of my biggest inspirations, I think. They're so I love my parents. But anyway, that's the side note. But when I got to University of Miami, I was surrounded by every single student that has these massive hopes and dreams and are actively like going after their goals, as well as professors who are doing it right now, who have already done it, who are literally legends, and leave the class to go, hey, I'm gonna go to Paris with Will Ferrell, like, or Will Ferrell or whatever. I'm like, what? Like, and and it kind of just made me realize, oh, okay, people are actually doing this. This is actually a thing, and I can expand as much as I want to expand without needing to kind of hinder my own development in myself. I also think University of Miami has helped me uh, a lot in networking with people outside of Frost and also inside of Frost, as well as challenging me to kind of put myself out there and work with all these different people, as well as teachers teaching me everything from music theory to music marketing, which where we got to lock in right now. Like, and it's been great, as well as growing as an individual. So I'm very grateful to University of Miami in that regard, especially Frost.
Well, it's so great to hear that. It's great to hear that you guys have had so many inspirations from mainstream media and also just the University of Miami. It's awesome. Shout out Frost School of Music. I know some incredible people in it, including obviously you, Devin, now. Okay, just to wrap it up about your future plans and stuff, what is next for Black Cashmere after the EP release? Do you guys have any like performances, collaborations, or kind of dream projects coming up?
Well, We have been thinking about performances and what we're gonna do because we haven't performed yet for our stuff. We've just recorded and written tons of music. So I think we're gonna see how we're gonna go about performances. If he's gonna be playing guitar, if he's gonna be DJing, etc. We'll see how it goes down or a mix of both, which would be awesome. But we are more focused on the present and this EP, and then depending on how things go and how the universe lays itself out for us, then we'll take another leap on the next step. But we have plenty of stuff to work with, and we're already writing new music after the EP, so there's good stuff coming.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think I'm uh I want to, I definitely want to perform, but we're also on like kind of different sides of the states right now. So
Yeah.
when maybe I don't know, like I would love to play, but I'm working on becoming a better guitar player because a lot of the stuff that like when I play, I use guitar and I use bass to write more than anything. Like I'm not a very like I'm not an incredible guitar player, but I'm trying to get better because I really do want to perform with Devon, and I think that would be the next step. Maybe after the EP, or maybe we release a little bit of more music after the EP, and then we go and do a small tour or something like that. But or even just like a couple shows. Um,
It all
yeah,
just depends.
we don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep making music. I guess that's the
We're
goal. Is
having
just
fun.
keep making music and
Like,
have fun. Yeah,
yeah, we're having fun. Like, I
we are
think
having fun.
that's one of the most, like, the fact that we're able to do our profession and it's fun is awesome.
Yes,
Like,
agreed,
what?
agreed.
So, so we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so excited to hear about the passion you guys have for it and how you guys work so well together. It's really inspiring to hear such a good partnership between you two. But before we say goodbye, I just want to give a shout out to everyone to make sure to follow them on Instagram at Black Cashmere Band and check out their posts, and especially their songs that and all the posts that Devon's been working hard to make cute little aesthetic and stuff.
Thank you. Sorry for interrupting you the first time. My bad.
No, 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 no. No, please, but seriously, guys, please check them out. They have some amazing music, and they clearly are very incredibly talented individuals that work amazing together and seem like amazing people as well. So, thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Sophia. I had so much fun.